Remember, flow can be used as a verb and as a noun. Flow means to move in a continuous way in one direction. Hello everybody and welcome to M&M English with me, Muhammad, and today we're going to talk about lesson 13 of Oxford Word Skills. It's going to be about geography. Section A is going to cover different geographical features, and in section B we're going to talk about the coast. Let's start with some words about geographical features. First is waterfall. We can also say falls. Next is mountainous region. So this is a region and it's mountainous. It has a lot of mountains. Next up is desert. Pay attention to the pronunciation. The stress usually falls on this part. Desert. Next is the word jungle. And now let's read a text about the Iguazu Falls or the Iguazu Waterfall. One of the most important geographical features in South America is the Iguazu Falls, which are the waterfalls of the Iguazu River. They are located on the border between Argentina and Brazil, in the southern part of South America. The falls divide the river into Upper and Lower Iguazu. The river flows mostly through Brazil, but the falls are mainly on the Argentinian side. Now, what other words were used here? First, geographical, feature or features, waterfalls, located, southern, divide, like divide something into flow, mostly, mainly. And now let's see what they mean. First is the word geographical. Geographical is an adjective, and it means relating to the earth and everything on it, such as mountains, rivers, etc. And the noun form is geography. Listen one more time and repeat the pronunciation. Ography, geography, graphical, geographical. Now notice these two examples. There are a lot of geographical features in Africa. Geography was my favorite subject. Now the word feature, as in geographical features. A feature is a noun that means an important part of something. So geographical features are important geographical parts like waterfalls, mountains, rivers, etc., etc. There are all sorts of geographical features in Africa. Next is an adjective. It's located. Located means in a place. If something is located somewhere, it is in that place. The noun form is location. For example, they are located on the border between Argentina and Brazil. Next is the word southern. If something is described as southern, it is connected with the south, in the south, or from the south. We can form other adjectives like this, using other directions, like north, northern, east, eastern, west, western. We can also combine two directions, like southeastern, northwestern, etc., etc. For example, something like a river is in the southern part of South America. Here are some other words to learn from this text. Divide. Divide is a verb, and it means cut or separate something into smaller parts. To divide something into something else. For example, the falls divide the river into Upper Iguazu and Lower Iguazu. Next is the word flow. Flow is usually used about water or other liquids. To flow is to move in a continuous way in one direction. For example, the river flows mostly through Brazil. Verb. The flow of blood didn't stop. I couldn't even look at it. Noun. Next is an adverb. Mostly. Mostly means almost all. Another way you can say it is mainly. For example, the falls are mainly on the Argentinian side. The falls are mostly on the Argentinian side. And now let's go to section B. And in this case, we're going to learn some vocabulary items related to the coast. The first of which is beach. And some beaches have rocks. So in this picture, you're looking at a beach and rocks. Next word is harbor. This is a harbor. As you can see, there are lots of ships and places where people can keep their ships. Next word is cliff. This is a cliff. It's usually high and dangerous. Next is a sailing boat. Now you're looking at a sailing boat. Next is waves. Next is horizon. Horizon is this long spot you can look at. Next is port. Port has two meanings. We will talk about them. Now let's read a text about the coast and review some of the words. So in here, this is a beach. These and these are rocks. This is a cliff. Number 4 is a cave. It's a hole in a mountain. Next is the port, sailing boat, and next is horizon. Wenscombe, near the port of Padstow, has a lovely bay. Its beach is sandy, with a few rocks quite near the shore. There's a cliff behind the beach, and children often play in the caves there. At one end of the beach, there's a small harbor. When the weather's bad and the sea is rough, it protects the sailing boats from the high waves. You can sometimes see large ships on the horizon. Now, some of the words used here that you can learn are port, near the port of Padstow, rocks, a cliff, cave, in the caves, harbor, there's a small harbor, rough, the sea is rough, protect, sailing boats, waves, horizon. And now let's learn these words. First is port. Port has two meanings. One is a port can be a town or city that has a large area of water where ships load or unload goods, products, etc. The second meaning is a port can be an area, not a town, where ships stop to let passengers and goods on and off. For example, when Scombe, we said, is near the port of Padstow. So Padstow can be an area. Next is the word coast. Coast is the land next to or close to the sea. The adjective is coastal. For example, we spent a week by the coast, on the land, next to or close to the sea. Coastal. A coastal port is a harbor or location for coming and going ships. Next is sandy. Sandy is an adjective, and it means covered with white or yellow material you often find in deserts and on beaches. The noun form is sand. The beach is sandy. Next word is shore. Shore is a noun, and it means the land along the edge of the sea or a lake. So remember, a coast is like a shore. It refers to the land, not the water side. The land along the edge of the sea or a lake. But the difference is, shore can be used about seas or lakes, but coast is usually used about seas when there's a whole lot of water. For example, the beach is sandy with a few rocks quite near the shore. Next is the adjective rough. A rough sea has big waves. The opposite of rough is calm. The sea was very rough. The opposite, a calm sea. The sea was very calm. And the last word is protect somebody or something from something. It's a verb phrase. And it means to keep something or somebody safe from something. The noun form is protection. For example, the harbor protects sailing ships from big waves and rough sea. Now, let's review all the words. To study geography. A geographical feature. My town's main features are a waterfall located on the border in the southern part of northern, eastern, western, southern, southeastern, northwestern, etc. To divide something. The flow of water. The river flows into a sea, flows through a country. Mostly, mainly. The port of a city or a port has a lovely bay, sandy beach, a few rocks, near the shore, a cliff, in the caves, a small harbor. The sea is rough, high waves, rough sea or calm sea. Protect somebody from something. Protection of or the protection of. Protects the sailing boats from. See ships on the horizon. And that brings us to the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to make this channel a port of learning, please hit a like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Hope you enjoyed it. Brought to you by M&M English with me, Muhammad.